Right, what's going on? I had a few comments and people message me on TikTok and stuff say to do a full day eating, so they want to see it. So that's what we're going to do. I've got 2 training sessions today. So chest this morning, which I'm about to go to now. Then we're going to do some arms tonight, which will take us through the whole thing. And what the day of eating looks like. So this is my whole kitchen. This is the wall. Right there, that's it. So it's nice and small, but it's all we really need all at the moment anyway. It's fine for now. So meal 1 going down right before training. Cornflakes, 125 grams cornflakes with 200-300 grams of rice milk. I'm just eyeing that at the moment, but it's about the same every day because I'm looking at it and I know the level that I want. So whatever that is. Aminos with those as well, as I was talking about in my last video, because there's no protein in that meal. I want to have some aminos in my system while I'm training, but I don't want anything heavy in my stomach that's digesting slowly. I want our nervous system to be able to react properly to the training without having to try to digest foods at the same time. So amino acids and cereal for me, and then we're going to hit the chest session. Let's go. So, like I was saying, 125 grams of cornflakes. Which is a lot of cornflakes. And rice milk, that is just fucking eye measured, done. Now, the secret. Well, this is equal, but in Australia, stevia, they have the same packet or little container, and I put stevia on it because cornflakes by themselves are fucking shit, they're nothing. But the thing with cereal in Australia is, in Thailand, it's super hard to get and it's expensive. Like, it's more expensive than Australia, and it's like you can get some stuff, but you can get some American stuff too, but only really small sizes. We noticed that about Thailand. Like, you can't really buy anything in bulk. It's not like you can't buy big things at a time. The cornflakes was the only thing that they sell in 500 gram boxes. Everything else, the biggest box you can get is 300 gram, which isn't even 3 days for me. So I'm like, I'm not either buying fucking 15 boxes at a time or buying a box every fucking 2 days. So it's a pain in the ass, but a little bit of sprinkle of stevia on top to make them tasty, or like I said, equal here. This is the fucking lifesaver in a prep too. On your oats, cream of rice, whatever, makes life good. I'm sorry to inform you of this, but you're going to be severely underwhelmed, bored by the food selection of today and the meals that I'm having, my full day of eating. At the moment, it's extremely boring. I'm 4 weeks into my bulk, so I did a maintenance phase after pushing for a while. So if you're not familiar with them or you haven't done them before, I usually do recommend them for most people. There's not really anyone can just keep pushing. In a generalized term, you can, or in an overlook of sort of years, you can. So when you're starting out, you should probably bulk for like 2-3 years if you're a skinnier guy. But that doesn't mean never taking some weeks to relax. So what I did, bulked for about 20 weeks. So that was my growth phase, my heavy push phase, where we escalated training, escalated food, escalated drugs, everything till it was at the peak. And then we held that for as long as we could, which for me was about 5 weeks. And then I was just fucked. My body was just like, fighting back. I was having digestion issues. I was just holding a lot of inflammation, and we were like, okay, cool, let's pull the pin now. Spent about 6 weeks, 7 weeks just on maintenance food, still training hard and everything, and just on a cruise. Now we're 4 weeks into pushing again. So we just started escalating the food again. PEDs are back in. So now food's still relatively low. I'll take a second and I'll calculate. I'll take a second and I'll calculate what my actual food intake is for the day, and let you guys know, because I don't even know. So my coach just texts me what to eat. He's like, yeah, meal 1, fucking cereal, rice, milk. Fucking meal 2, chicken, rice, with the amounts obviously, but there's no like PDFs or sheets or anything like that, and I like it that way as well. I don't really need it, and I'm experienced enough at this now as well that if I do need to make a substitute, I can make a pretty good swap without having to sit there and fucking weigh it and get the scale out and fucking. It's also off season. Like if you're out by a couple grams, it's not the fucking worst thing in the world. Just make sure you're getting roughly the amount of food in that you are. Like, if I'm meant to have steak and rice as my last meal, and I'm like, fucking let's go out to eat tonight. Like, take the missus out, something like that. You can either fucking pick steak and rice, or pick something that's still a good protein source, a good fucking carb source, which you're always doing. Like I'm never gonna go out and get like shit food. I'm always gonna go out and get something, like always just end up going to sushi or a nice restaurant. And anyway, we went to a restaurant a few weeks ago that was like, and I got like lobster and then a pasta dish. So I was like, yeah, quality protein, quality carb source. Was there some extra fats because of sauce and it's probably cooked in oil? Yeah, but again, it's the off season. You have 1 cheat meal a week, maybe 2, depending on who you are. And it's not the fucking worst thing in the world. It's not going to kill you. Just pick something that's relatively low in saturated fat if you can, or there's not too much added fats, and you're pretty much good as long as you're getting in the food that you need. So today, it's pretty much all just meat and rice. It's very boring, but I'll take you through it because what you want to see. My point is, because my food's still low, it's not very interesting. I don't have a lot of additives and all this other stuff in my food yet. When I was eating a lot, and I'll get back there again in a couple months or so, which I'll keep vlogging and documenting so you guys can see when I am at that stage. And when I'm at that point, then the meals will be a bit more interesting. I'll be having a lot more shit added onto them and whatnot to try and bump up the calories and the carbs of every meal. But for now, pretty simple. So I'm gonna smash this and then we'll train. Right, so I'm actually gonna go to 7-Eleven now and get water and Gatorade because I had none left. So we're gonna get that before we get to the gym and then get started. Right, so I'm actually gonna show you this walk from the gym. So I'm in that building there, literally 22nd floor right up there. I have to come out, walk down there, up these stairs. I'll cross this bridge now. This gets you across the main road. And then just that street right there, I'll go down there and walk for about 500 meters, take a left, another left, and then I'm at the gym. So I've actually been super happy with this mic because I just figured something out that I didn't even have in my vlog the other day. Listen to that. It had a fucking noise cancelling feature the whole fucking time. And I didn't figure that out till yesterday. So we'll use that today and hopefully the audio will be even better. There's a few clips I had to cut out from the other one because I couldn't fucking hear myself. First exercise, doing pec deck fly. I have a love-hate relationship with these because it's a great movement, but I get a bit more shoulder in it than I do on a normal cable fly. This is probably my least favorite chest day. I have 2 chest days, one at the beginning of the week, one at the end, and this one, the one at the end is not my favorite one. Just gonna warm it up now. Chest is one of those muscle groups where you just really have to make sure you're warm before you start. And that's why, like, almost all of the time, unless I have a new-ish sort of lifter, I'll have people doing cable fly or some type of fly to start with before they're pressing, because man, you need to make sure you got a lot of blood in that area. And I do not want to spend fucking 20 minutes warming up. Honestly, because of the walk over here, I don't need to. Like, you'll see in these vlogs and whatnot come winter when I'm back in Australia again and it's colder, I'll spend more time warming up, especially on a leg day. But here in the fucking blistering heat, like, you feel ready to go, especially after, you know, a good 10, 15 minute walk to the gym. That feels pretty good though. Whoa. It's already got some blood in there. This way, it's just fucking stupid when people say feeling your muscle doesn't matter. Oh, it absolutely matters. It's not a coincidence that everyone who has a very strong muscle group can typically feel that muscle better than every other muscle. And you'll know it too. If you've got a strong muscle group, like say you have really good arms, you're probably really good at connecting with them too, right? That's not a coincidence. The fact that everyone's like that, the fact that I don't need, like I was saying before in one of my other videos, I don't need a lot of volume on my quads. It's such good connection with them, they grow easily, right? Feeling matters. That's literally your neurological pathways that are connected to that muscle are firing properly. You'll find if you have a weaker muscle group, it's usually because you can't feel it. That's why when we want to bring up lagging muscle groups, the first thing we fix is execution. Because as soon as you start connecting better with it, you'll start growing it better. Now, how you can get better at connecting with it is execution, but also frequency. So again, it's not a coincidence that the people that feel these muscles really well also get really sore in those muscles. So, and not a coincidence that you also probably aren't getting sore in your lagging muscle groups, right? All makes sense now. So in those muscle groups that are lagging, we fix our execution, make sure we're connecting with it, and we're training them frequently. If they're recovered, fucking train it again. I'm using arms as an example, because that was my weak point. It still is a little bit, but I'm connecting with it a lot better now, and they're growing a lot better, because I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna train them till they're fucked, and then once they're recovered, train them again. And now the frequency of what I'm training them is a lot, and now I'm connecting with them a lot better, and now they're growing a lot more too. You do need to build those neurological pathways if you don't already have them. And that's why, again, it's not a coincidence that people that are genetically gifted and they're way ahead of their time, of their age, have these really good fucking connections with their muscle as well. Watch all of fucking Sam Sulek's videos. He's like, oh, fucking crazy pump. 21 years old. 21 years old, I was like, I'd do fucking 15 sets of biceps and be like, I can't feel anything. I can't even feel a contraction. This dude has monster arms and he does a few sets and he's pumped out of his mind. It's not a coincidence that these people that have really good muscular development, especially genetically, have these really good neurological connections with their muscle as well. It's a big, big part of training. All right, first set on this, we just got 2 here, and then we're gonna hit some incline dumbbell. Whoa. If during your set you can feel like your muscle that you're working is ripping off the bone, probably doing the right thing. All right, one more set. Fuck. That kills. Should be able to leave your first exercise with a big pump. I don't want to lift heavy at all until I have a big pump on any muscle group. But you could probably argue that nothing I even fucking do on these chest days are heavy. Let's move to dumbbells. So whenever I'm doing an incline press, it's always a low incline. So yeah, make sure you do enough weight acclimation sets before you get to your working weight. I believe I'm going to use 42s today. 42 kilos, what's that, like 90-ish pounds, almost 100 pounds. it's fuck all. You know, I've done videos in the past throwing around the 70s, which is like 100, which is what, 168 pounds or something like that. But didn't do anything except hurt my shoulder. My chest really blew up when I started obviously focusing on it, training it more, putting more volume into it, but also stretching it, as in through the movements, getting the fucking full stretch, man. Keeping the eccentrics really slow. Those things are gonna force you to have to drop the weight. Keeping the shoulders pushed down really hard, you'll be surprised how light you'll have to go. But man, I just stuck to it, was patient with it, and they grew a lot. First set. Shit. So yeah, you'll notice that I'm heavily prioritizing the stretch in all of these. And I will take that over the amount of weight any day. Not saying that you should just stretch it with lightweight, but I know it can be a hard thing to sort of try and gauge. Is it worth doing a little bit more weight, but maybe slightly worse form? It's not about doing perfectly strict form. It's a form or execution is basically, the important things are the slow eccentric and getting a deep, deep stretch. That's it, and it's not worth sacrificing those for a little bit more weight. It's just not. If you can go heavier while still doing those things, absolutely do it. But if you go heavier and you can't keep up with those things, it wasn't worth it. Right, machine press. All right, not a lot left, honestly. A few more sets, couple sets here, couple sets on a pin loaded press, and we're done. We'll have a quick pose, head back, and eat, rest for a little bit before we come back for session number 2. So I'll bring you guys through again. So yeah, today's probably going to be a little bit of a longer video, but it's a fucking long day for me. Okay. Oof. It's a little bit too close for the hands. Restart it. Okay. Oof. 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 So fucking heavy. I overshot that a bit. Shouldn't have done 2. That's right, we live and we learn. So yeah, not ideal. I'm usually aiming, way I gauge it is, obviously I'm doing multiple sets at the same weight. Ideally, I want to pick a weight range or a load that I can hit all the sets I've programmed for above 5 reps. So for this, for example, I don't know how many that was like 5 just then. Obviously, if I do it again, I'm not gonna get 5. So I went too heavy, sorry. So if I was doing 4 sets, ideally I would want to rate a weight range, maybe closer to the 15 mark on the first set, so that I'm still able to hit somewhere between 12 and 15, so I'm still able to hit above 5 by the time that 4th set comes around. There's not many things I'm doing 4 sets on though. Maybe arms sometimes, but not usually shit like this. Definitely not legs, unless it's leg extension, or isolation movements. But what I'm gonna do now is a back off set at a plate and a half, and keep it at that, then we'll move on. Last set. Oh. Right, I'm gonna check what my working weight is. I'm gonna hit 2 sets here and then fuck off home. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, I'm not leaving without a pose. Have a quick pose. Then we'll go home. Right. Just going to change the video type, make it a bit darker. Woke up at, it was just over 1:15 this morning, so I think that's around, it's about 255 pounds. Not a bad spot. All right, now we're back and we're going to have to cook some chicken. Now, as you can see, I'm in a change of clothes. You go through so many pairs of clothes here because I just sweat every time. Like as soon as I come back from the gym, whole new pair of clothes, like fucking jocks, shorts, shirt, everything. I usually shower. Today wasn't too sweaty, thankfully, so but still too much to continue wearing the clothes. But you're gonna cook some chicken now. You don't have to be in a rush to eat straight away when you get home. Again, you want to give your body time for your nervous system to relax, to be able to digest your food properly. Then you can eat. You're not gonna fucking perish. You're not gonna. Now we have chicken and rice. Super fucking boring. Super fucking simple. Chicken and rice. That's all it is. You know, not very high in fats. If you do have some fats, which you will have to if your calories get really high, but if it's fats from decent sources like avocado, or maybe you have a little bit of salmon or something like that, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like people say you shouldn't have fats around training. If you're having like mono or polyunsaturated fats, it's not going to hurt to have them around your training window. The little bit of fats you're getting from that, it's not going to translate to immediately to adipose tissue. You're going to be okay. So, but I don't have high fats at the moment because my calories aren't that high yet. So chicken and rice, which we're going to get cooking now. I might cook for sometimes one meal like I'm doing right now, or sometimes I'll cook, like for example, my beef mince I cooked last night, and that'll take me through today and another meal as well. So I wouldn't even necessarily classify that as prep. I like to cook for the meal I'm eating. So 220 grams of raw weight, that's all I'm having at the moment. Not a whole lot, but you see how easy this is? Fuck chopping boards, bro. If you don't do this and use chopping boards, fix your life. Bodybuilding is a pain in the ass. As much as we love it and that's what we do, it's super inconvenient. It's difficult, man. You don't want to make it more difficult. You want to find as many ways as you can to make bodybuilding easier and more convenient for your life. Yes, it is a matter of just do the hard shit, suck it up, princess, whatever. But also don't be stupid. Like, make shit easier on yourself so you can actually get it done. Cook it. How do I make it? Nothing special. Some black pepper. I don't put salt on this because I use a little sauce, which is a little Japanese sauce here. Tasty. Let's put a little bit of that on, and that's enough to give it some flavor. And honestly, we all know how these Asian sauces are with their sodium, so it's pretty fucking high. And then I'll still put barbecue sauce on it when I eat it, so I don't want to use too much of that. So I'm not salting my chicken meals because of that reason. Sodium's gonna be high from that. And yes, sodium is important. You need to make sure you're having sodium. However, in the off season, you're getting enough internalized sodium, most likely, if you're eating enough, that you don't have to worry about putting a lot on. If you're in prep or you're in a harsh fat loss phase, yes, you need to be salting your foods. You need to salt them generously. Your body will adapt. Your body's very, very good at regulating or self-regulating your electrolyte balance, so it'll reach a homeostasis. And if on a generalized rule, if you're not in prep and you want to know how much you should be having, if you're in a prep, I'm sure your coach is telling you, or I hope he's telling you. If you're just wanting to know, drink to your thirst and you're pretty much good. Salt to taste, drink to thirst. Okay, so if you want some more salt on your food because you enjoy it, put some on. Most of the time, if your body's wanting salt, then it's a pretty good indication to have some more. Then drink to your thirst level, and your body's gonna be pretty good at fucking self-regulating that way. So this is literally all I do with my chicken. So I'm gonna pop that in a container. So I got another one of these, and having no dishwasher means I'm not doing heaps of fucking dishes. So I'm using this bad boy for the whole day. I don't give a shit. I'm using this, once I finish my meal, I'll give it a rinse out, and then guess what? I'm putting more chicken and rice in it. So I don't give a fuck if it already had chicken and rice in it. Like, don't put rice in the container that already had rice in it. Fuck off, I don't care. I'm not sitting here cleaning 6 bowls a day, or 2 containers and then 2 bowls, and I'm not doing it. I'm cleaning 1 pan and 1 container. I'm using the same fucking spoon too. I don't give a shit. All right, so we have the rice, which is 120 grams raw weight, yeah. So again, nothing crazy right now. After I've plated this up, I'll quickly work out how much I'm eating for the day and we'll let you know. But that's pretty much ready. Just gonna heat that up. Barbecue sauce, a Japanese barbecue sauce. They actually have the Coles barbecue sauce here that I have been using, but I just ran out and that was at 7-Eleven, so it's actually really fucking tasty. It's probably full of sugar, but I don't do the no sugar sauces in off season. Oh, but no sugar's better. But sure, it is. It's also fucking $10, $15 for a sauce. I don't care, bro. It's not worth it. It is not worth it at all. So I get some fucking extra carbs in from, that's not the best because it's a bit of sugar. Again, when you're on 7,000 calories, who gives a fuck? Boom, done. Simple chicken rice. That's it. Water, left over from training, and actually banana with this meal as well. Yes, they are wrapped individually. Don't know why, but this is a meal for now. Now, are you better off having vegetables? Yes. But what's the purpose of our vegetables, right? We do it to make sure we're getting a full micronutrient profile, which I've put my meals through Chronometer, and I was a little lacking in vitamin D, so bought a vitamin D sup, and that was it. It was pretty much all there. I think maybe there was a B vitamin that was slightly lowered as well. I'll check again, but when you're eating that many calories, it's the same with the sodium. Everything has small amounts of micronutrient profiles anyway. I guarantee you, you're eating 7,000 calories, and if you didn't eat a single vegetable, you would still hit all the micronutrient goals. So if you have micronutrient targets for your body weight and you're hitting them without vegetables, what is the use of vegetables? Fiber, That's a big one. And yes, that's just my justification. Now, at the end of the day, you are absolutely better off to have them than not. I purely do not like eating and therefore do not want more food in front of me, so I don't. Simple as that. In prep, obviously you do, but I can't be fucked. I'm not big on eating. I don't enjoy food, so I really don't want them. Back in the kitchen for next meal. Now, rice is done. Made some rice earlier, so I've got 3 meals worth in here to finish me off for the rest of the day. 120 grams raw weight each. But as you can see, I'm not like re-weighing it. I made the 360 grams and I know that's what I've got to eat for the rest of the day. So it doesn't matter if I'm not perfectly getting them in the same amount every meal, because I'm eating the whole thing today anyway, right? So I just eye it off. It looks like roughly a third. And I'll do this all the way to prep as well. So looks like about a third to me. And beef mince. So this is cold, obviously, out of the fridge I made last night. That's the amount that I need. Again, when you've been doing this for a while, you get a sense of how much you need of everything, and you can pretty much eye it every time. So we heat that up. And this one is just gonna have a little bit of added fats as well. So we got some homemade ghee from a person over here that makes it, which was really cool. It is expensive, but I wanted some good quality fats. I didn't want to use the avocados. I just didn't like the look of them. They're fucking rock hard over here. So when I get back to Australia, I'll do a mixture of avocados and ghee for my added fats. But I've only got another few weeks, and like I was saying, my fats don't need to be very high right now. So just 2 meals a day with 15 grams of ghee is all I've actually added in. All right. So super simple. I'll actually get the scale out for this one. Sometimes I eye this one as well, but depends how I feel. Perfectly 15, first try, done. All right. Give that a mix in. It will melt into the rice. It also makes the rice super fucking tasty, and it really does help to get the food down when your calories are high. So I checked over my daily intake. So yeah, I am at just 4,000 calories like I thought. So it's literally 4,040 or something like that. So pretty much bang on what I thought. Protein's only at 240. So pretty low for someone my size. It's purely because I just work really well off high carb. So that's what I feel really good on. So I like to keep it there. My carbs are just under 700, so 670 or something like that, which again for me is not very high. They'll almost double. So we'll get up to probably around that 1,200 grams of carbs a day at some point. My fats are about 66. So like I said, food's not crazy high at the moment. Everything's pretty easy. And we're just gonna hit this now. Give it time, wait about 30 minutes for it to digest, then go do our second session, which is arms. So I just ordered a grab bike to come and get me to take me to the gym because just can't be fucked walking for that second time. And they're always nearby, so they get to you in like 30 seconds after ordering. And also cost me the equivalent of like $1 Australian, maybe $1.50. He's pretty much here now, and he'll take me straight there in like 3 minutes. Boom, we're back. That trip was about 97 cents Australian. So yeah, fuck all. It's so worth it. It's not worth taking it home though, because where my apartment is, all the main roads are only like one way with a big island in the middle. So to get to my apartment, we have to come out of the road, go up for ages, then turn around and come all the way back. And because there's so much traffic, it's never worth it. It still takes ages. So on the way back, unfortunately, I'll still walk. But it's handy to get the trip there, especially if you're already a bit tired, or sometimes if you're like me doing double sessions. So starting with biceps today. My other arm day, I start with triceps, and this one I start with biceps. Pretty simple. One of my favorite preacher curls. I never used this until I got here, and it feels fucking incredible. So I'm just gonna do a couple warm-up sets, and then we'll get into the working sets. Mostly 3 working sets on everything today, so I might not record every single set because probably a bit fucking boring. I'll just record maybe 1 set of every exercise because the video is already pretty fucking long. Alright, I'm gonna do a rest pause on it now, so last working set on this. Rest pause. And then we move it on. We're just gonna do some normal dumbbell curls after this. Good old fashioned free weight shit. One more mini round. So this is the only difference I'll actually have on one of these days I train twice is I'll have 2 Gatorades, obviously 1 for each session, but most days I'm just having the 1, and if I'm not training at all, I won't have any. Triceps. It's my last set on here, if you can tell. Always do that last set as a rest pause. Such an effective way to get everything you can out of a muscle on a particular exercise. It's adding in rest pauses. Typically, you're going to be better to do something like this at the end of a workout when you don't have other exercises in the same muscle group afterwards. Purely the reason I do it is because what I was talking about this morning, how I have trouble, or sometimes people have trouble connecting with certain muscle groups. For me, it's my arms. But I know if I can get a massive pump beforehand, before other exercises, then I can engage with them a lot better. So I'm getting a really big pump so that my engagement to the other exercises is better. I can feel it more. They are brutal. So we usually like to do the cross extensions, but someone's over there at the moment, so just get some straight bar push downs. Still a very good movement. I like to do these nice and close to the body, as opposed to in front like you would have seen with the ropes. triceps are fucked. Right, meal 4 of 5. So same rice as before. Good. Ready to go in here. And I actually bought from the gym, they have pre-cooked chicken. It's actually pretty much perfectly the amount that I have, that I need. And they have heaps of them. There's like a bunch of different containers, all cooked differently, different flavors, cooked in different seasonings and stuff. This is smoked chicken. I really liked it last time, so that's all super simple. So chicken and rice, and I got half a tin of pineapple that I'll have with this meal as well, which is it's about 200 grams. And then we'll hit one more meal, just like this again. More chicken and more rice. But after this, we'll finish some work, get back to some clients, we'll do a little bit of editing, work for a little bit, then kick back for my last meal and watch some TV, and that'll be it for the day. This is pretty much just how every day goes. The only difference is I don't train twice every day, but pretty much just working, eating, and that's about it. And last meal of the night, chicken and rice again. But I have an egg in this one because it's actually slightly short on chicken. Didn't quite have enough, so doing an egg makes a meal better anyway. And this one has ghee in it too, so ghee, rice, chicken, egg, that's it. That's my whole day. Same shit every day. Nice and easy, nice and simple. If there's anything else you just want to see, drop a comment and I'll try and include it. Any other questions you have as well about general shit to do with bodybuilding, I'll cover it in one of my vlogs. I'll answer some questions and while I'm doing my training or my daily stuff. But thank you all and see you next time.